Supposed $11 million corruption rocks Washington, and the Clintons are involved again. From the time Bill Clinton was elected president, no one should have ever doubted Hillary's political ambitions. She wanted her husband's job. The only question was how long she would have to wait to launch a formal campaign. Odds are now that Donald Trump has finally put the threat of Hillary's presidency to rest. But what about Chelsea? Common decency requires that one leave politicians' children out of the acrimonious debates and vicious accusations that are just part of the political scene. However, once they're adults and choose to enter the political arena, that exemption goes away. You can make your own speculations as to any political ambitions that Chelsea might have, but she knows how to establish connections using skills no doubt learned over the years from her parents. And it turns out that one of her closest friends is a CEO of a company that has received over $11 million in contracts to perform work for an office within the Department of Defense that handles matters at the highest level of secrecy. And that company has no security clearance. Sound familiar? From the Daily Caller, Jacqueline Newmeyer, the president of a company called the Long-Term Strategy Group, has over the last 10 years received numerous Defense Department contracts from a secretive think tank called Office of Net Assessment. The Office of Net Assessment is so sensitive, the specialized think tank is housed in the office of the Secretary of Defense and reports directly to the Secretary. To date, the Long-Term Strategy Group has received $11.2 million in contracts according to the USA Spending Gov, a government database of federal contracts. Then the security problem turns up. But after winning a decade of contracts from the Office of Net Assessment, the federal agency is only now in the process of granting clearance to the company. Long-Term Strategy Group never operated a secure room on their premises to handle classified materials, according to the Defense Security Service, a federal agency that approves secure rooms inside private sector firms. Chelsea's CEO friend dodged the uncomfortable question. Newmeyer declined to address her company's lack of facilities to handle classified material. With regard to your question about the status of our facilities, those are best directed to the U.S. government, which has authority over such matters, she wrote in an email to the DCNF. The familiar Clinton pattern seems to be being reproduced by Chelsea, and it's not encouraging. Then there is the other issue of the failure of the Department of Defense to make certain they are releasing classified materials only to those who are entitled to view and possess them. As observed in this column before, after all of the revelations of government security breaches, one could wonder if the only people without access to top secret U.S. government material are ordinary Americans. Clinton's classified documents and corruption. The connection is unpleasant. There you have it, folks. So they have Chelsea working on these deals also. They're not willing to give up their power. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.